Welcome, League, to week 1 of Merriweather's Haunted House. We decided that we would make a video because you bitches have not stopped talking about them. Apparently we did a good job last year. As you all know, I'm Matt Yagood.
And I'm John Cena! Oh god, it's good to know we're still 4 years old.
Before we start with this week's recap, I figured we'd go over a couple things first. First and foremost, we actually only have one commissioner in the league, and that's me. TJ decided that he was actually going to leave the league this year, but I roped him back in because somebody has to be in last place. Sorry if I haven't been following through on a bunch of stuff, but it's been kind of crazy with me moving and having a bigger workload, stuff like that. Yeah. So it's been a little tough lately.
We had a lot of really good games this week. A lot of people shined through, and a lot of people fell directly on their face. I'll take a guess as to which category I'm in. Let's go back to the week 1 recaps. Let's go.
Today, Junior! Sully pretty much got his dick kicked in for the first, game because Tom Brady and Gronk decided to go off. They absolutely demolished Pittsburgh, as we all pretty much watched. Sully actually ended up having a great performance this week. He had great performances by Tony Romo, Eddie Lacy, and also Jimmy Graham. All great players who put up great points. It just was not enough to beat Tom's team.
That being said, when you get 35 points from Tom Brady and 32 points from Rob Gronkowski, you're not going to lose very many times. So the final score was 132 to 118. Welcome to the league, Sully. You faced off against one of the better teams and you just came up short.
Wow, you shouldn't say better teams. I mean, it only takes a little bit for your dad to go on a power trip.
To be fair, if I didn't say it was one of the better teams, he would go on a power trip against me, and I'm taking 2 of his better players. So. What's your code? I'm not going to put it in the video. Next up, we have the lowest scoring affair of week 1. The Boognish Bastards going up against Abdullah Oblongata, Brandon Bereshny versus Anthony Simonelli. 2 friends going at each other in what was a very lackluster match, but still, some good scoring. You have 2 very good quarterbacks here battling it out. It really came down to who had more consistent scoring, and at the end of the day, looks like that was Brandon.
The way you said that, 2 friends going at each other. Speaking of rape, Ben Raplesberger decided to go off for 24 points, and Matt Forte had a nice 29 points, even though his whole team sucked against Green Bay last week. But points are points, fantasy's fantasy. Great win, Brendan. Final score, 93 to 110, with Brendan coming out on top.
Who's the surprise guy showing up?
Meow makes me
deliver.
Figured we bring in the highest point score for this week. Tell us about your win, Sully.
What can I say? There's nothing to tell. Just raffle stomp G-balls, and I just had a good time.
Oh, don't you have a, are you a little afraid that G-balls might come back and find you?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, he does know where you live.
Oh shit.
The score of this match was 175 to 138. Sully just kind of fully dominated G-balls this round. Welcome to the league, G-balls. Actually, all newcomers lost this time around except for Dan. Good job, Dan. He would have beat both Kevin and myself and most of the people in this league.
Absolutely.
He just had an awful matchup.
Only people he would have lost to were Dan and Sully. And he had to face Sully. That being said, 32 from DeAndre Hopkins, 33 from Tyler Eifert, and 20... honestly. Good job, Sully. You moved to 1-0. Sorry, G-Balls. Good luck rest of the way. Next up, we have Team Branco versus Arian Foster Care. Matt Yagood. You always have to find a way to make a child abuse reference in either a video or your team name. I spent 6 weeks dealing with Adrian Peterson.
Who I have on my team this year.
Yes, you do. Why is murder not legal?
Well, Maddie just barely scraped by. If you look at the stats, I know Dalton did pretty good. And he also had Landry from Miami. He is one of the top receivers over in Miami. So he did quite a good job. But looking at the other team, TJ, what do you see for the...
Thanks for the pass, Sully. In all honesty, it was weird to see a moment in time where Andy Dalton goes up against Peyton Manning and Andy Dalton quadruples Peyton Manning's score. It was 22 to 5 in that regard. And when you have 5 points from Peyton Manning, it's really hard to catch back up. But still, 33 points from Keenan Allen, 16 from Heath Miller,
Well,
14
I think the
from Larry
rumors are
Fitzgerald.
true. I think Peyton Manning's hand is going to fall off soon.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what I was saying when he drafted him.
Yeah.
But he's still got Matthew Stafford, like, sitting in the wayside. So he's not in bad shape.
He lost Dez, though.
He did lose Dez.
Well,
Dez was
normally I
over.
don't get a second quarterback, but in this case, you know what I mean, I think it was a good idea to get a second one.
I know. But the final score is 136 to 131. Matt Yodgood wins over his boss, and suddenly he's not scheduled anymore.
For the amount of shit that I've broken in that restaurant, I'm surprised I'm not fired.
Surprised you still on the job.
Next up, we have Luck of the Job versus These Nuts.
Got him! Got him!
With strong performances by Andrew Luck and actually Chris Ivory out of the Jets. What the hell? The Jets went off this freaking week.
Well, I mean, when you face Cleveland, it's not like you're
Well, if you
actually
looked at
facing a
Ivory-
team.
If you looked at Ivory last year, he wasn't even effective whatsoever. Now he just shows up out of nowhere and is like, I'm going to run for so many yards. You know what I mean? A couple touchdowns.
I think it's also because Geno Smith doesn't really play. I will say this. It didn't look like he was going to win because of the fact that going into the third quarter, Jason Witten and all the rest of his players like that were playing in that game only had 2 points.
Right.
Like a total of 2 points.
Yeah.
And then Dez went down.
And then it just let up for
Romo just only gave it to Witten. And I suddenly looked, I'm like, crap, now I'm down 25 points.
Believe it or not, your points are kind of just mediocre, dude. Nobody really went off. You had Sam Bradford with only going for 19, Marshawn Lynch for 17. I mean, those are your top performers. And it's kind of sad because it's Sam Bradford. No offense.
Yeah.
But if you're looking on your bench right now, you have Bishop Sankey go for 22.
Bench?
I don't.
It was Bishop
It
Sankey.
is Bishop Sankey. Yeah, but who also knew that Mariota was going to go off for 4 touchdowns? With a final score of 125 to 101, these nuts
Got him!
advancing on to next week with the win.
Of course, it's the only one I can't win. It's the one that I have to go on camera for every week. Last but not least, we have 2 teams with the least imaginative names. Team Kniffin versus Team Yodgood. I mean, even toot. Dan, you had a really good week, and especially considering you were the number 11 pick, it was really working against you that you were going to be able to build a great team, especially for week 1. And Thomas, for whatever reason, everybody on your team did not show up. Le'Veon Bell, this is just his bench though. Le'Veon Bell, 0 points. Mike Evans, 0 points. Brendan LaFell, 0 points. Ryan Tannehill, 13 points. Perriman, I don't even know who that is, 0 points. Darren Sproles, 19. If you go to his actual team, Sammy Watkins, 0 points. Brandon Cooks, 8 points. 4 points from the Philly D. Like, nobody showed up for him. Russell Wilson was his... Sorry, Matt Bryant and Russell Wilson were both his high scorers.
Was that Matt or Martavius?
No, Matt
No,
Bryant.
it's Matt Bryant, the kicker.
You know why it's funny?
From Atlanta.
You know why it's funny?
That's oh.
Why is it funny, Thomas? Why is it funny?
Why is it funny?
Why is it funny? Guess what? It's funny because that's your kicker.
Dan showed up this week scoring the second most points, being led by Phillip Rivers with 30 points. Julio Jones, is that Julio or Julius? Julio. Julio Jones with 37 points. Kelsey got 32 points, but then ended up busting up his collarbone, I guess, right?
Yeah, he's out for a couple of weeks, which is gonna hurt, but he should be all right.
Yeah,
So.
got you a win, so it worked out.
I'll see you guys later.
Take off my damn sweatshirt. But that being said, now that we're done with the Week 1 recaps, let's go on to the Week 2 matchups. First off, we have the Luck Ness Monsters going up against Team Kniffin, the 2 highest scorers, both 1-0, going up against each other. Of course, that's always how it works out, where there's suddenly a bad matchup, and I'm sure that whoever loses, we're going to get a little bit of a snipe about, oh, of course, I have to face the other best guy in the league in Week 2. And, yeah, well, whatever, we didn't make the damn schedule.
Next up, we have Barranco versus the Boognish Bastards. Both of those guys coming off of a loss last week, and both trying to become not 0-2. Branco, though Branco lost Dez, he did pick up a couple of people, especially Dante Moncrief this week. So we'll see how that works out for you in the meantime.
Next up, we have 2 solid teams from last year facing off against each other. We have Abdullah Oblongata going up against Discount Belichick.
Ooh.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out because me and my father are currently in the middle of a trade happening, and we are both wondering how our teams are going to look after this, but it seems to be like it's going to be a very close matchup. Brendan has a very good team. My dad's coming off a really good win, so good luck to both of you. I mean, obviously I'm pulling a little bit more for my dad, but, you know, that's just how it works.
My team put up a great matchup last week, but I also lost 2 of my players, losing Ellington this week and losing T.Y. Hilton this week. Only working the waiver wire a little bit. I hope I can patch up the holes, but Sully has a great team, so we'll just see what happens in the meantime.
Next up, we have Team Yodgood versus D's Nuts for Prez. One of the best teams last year that got upset in the playoffs is going up against one of the teams that was the most streaky that I've pretty much ever seen in my entire life. Team Yodgood is only projected to get 94 points. Russell Wilson is by far projected to get the most at 22, but there's not many, you know, #1 stars on his team.
Next up, we have Luck of the Draw versus Newburyport Roid Monkeys. Why did you have to make another goddamn name? That was hard for me to say. TJ versus G-Balls, both of which are coming off of losses. G-Balls put up a lot of points last week, though, so, you know, he might be giving TJ a run for his money. You really never know. But the matchups look good for TJ. You have Marshawn Lynch looking at projected for 15, and Sam Bradford going for 21 again. But also, you said you have trades going on right now, so anything could really happen within the next couple hours as we film this at 3:18 on Thursday.
True. So that's it for the Week 1 recap. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week when Week 2 happens. And, yeah, all right. See you later. Bye.